What's up out there? We are back with episode 2 of Melvor Idle Hardcore. The first episode, we spent time working on woodcutting and fishing, and this is like a week or so later, and I've been spending a lot of time on firemaking, doing some woodcutting and fishing along the way as I needed to. Got my farming going on pretty good too, so let's take a look at where everything sits right now. One thing I'll start with is on the woodcutting here. On my other account, my standard gameplay, um, I opened up or I unlocked Ty. So I thought the little pet, I thought that pet was the woodcutting pet. Well, it turns out it's not. I come over here and I unlock Beavis, and that is the woodcutting pet. So now I'm trying to unlock Beavis on the other side, and I think I have pretty much 4 or 5 of these trees at 99, and I'm working on another pair of them. I still haven't unlocked him. I've already got him on here, but I don't have Ty here, so it's kind of it's weird how RNG works, but it is what it is. So you can see where we're at. I have 99 in magic trees and 98 in yew trees. I've been rocking a pretty solid 95% in this mastery. I mean, this thing shot up pretty quick. One thing I noticed is running the, how can I say this? When I got like 70 levels of this from normal trees, I think. 70 skill of the skill itself. 70 or 75, somewhere in that neighborhood. At some point I tried using, let's see, what would it have been? You know what, this is a better way to tell here. Somewhere I tried switching to say mahogany or yew trees, and I noticed that my mastery XP only went up by a single XP point. And if you watch it here, it's going to jump up from 419 to, well, I mean, it did a double jump, but to 574. Let me turn this one off. So 574 to 651. So I noticed that if I started using a tree that I had a really like a level 1 skill in for that particular item, it only gave me 1 XP towards this mastery. So I basically bumped down to normal trees up until around level 75 or 80, somewhere in there. And then I switched over to yew trees, and I've been using those ever since. I mean, obviously you can see the rest of them aren't that high. I think I've been doing magic trees and yew trees. I just started redwoods. So if I go to the spend XP, I have been spending XP. That's why all these other trees are up so high, is because once I get over 95, I can start spending this XP points and dump some XP into all these, move them up a little bit. I don't think I've really worked on these a whole lot at all. It's just the extra XP I have after 95%, which this gives me a double bird's nest when I get it. So that's cool. That's a good addition. And of course, I got Beavis here that gives me a 5% chance for a double log, which it's rare, but happens. This has been pretty lucrative. I've been using magic trees for money, so I have a couple million gold, and I'm stacking up some trees right now. I'm stacking up the yew logs. I sold a bunch of magic logs, and in fact, where am I at with redwoods here? Oops, I'm at sort. I still need a few hundred redwoods, or almost 100 redwoods. I'm trying to get this cooking fire. Because I had a bunch of cash, you'll notice I'm at 80 spots in the bank. So I have in hardcore, you can only get 80 slots. So I have that filled completely up. I sold a bunch of magic logs to get them. These things make some bucks. And I'm not burning them. I'm going to probably burn some redwoods or something here in a minute. But I still have a couple million left. I'm going to buy this redwood cooking, because when I move over to cooking, I will have, right off the bat, I'm going to have a 70% cooking bonus, which is going to be awesome. My other goal is to get firemaking up. I am really close. I'm 10% off of having this at this checkpoint, which gives me an increased global mastery XP, which is going to be awesome. And then you'll notice I'm at level 94. So once I hit 99, I get the skill cape, which gives other XP boosts. I also found pyro, so that gives another XP boost. So I've been really wanting to get these up, pushed hard. That's why I started off with woodcutting and fishing the way I did, and then pushed over into firemaking like this. So I'm pretty pleased with the way things have turned out. Quite honestly, I have not put anything into herb lore at all. And I know one of the things I said was that I wanted to get to level 20 because at level 20 you get this controlled heat potion. That's supposed to give you a bunch more fire making bonus, but I'm not sure I'm ready for that quite yet. I might need to once I get this skill, or once I hit 95 here. I may need to here because to get from 95 to 99 is brutally slow. The one good thing I have is that I'll be able to start doing redwood logs, so that might get some extra XP. But again, I'm gonna have to wait until I hit 95 because I'm getting some really killer bonuses like these U logs. This goes up quite a bit. Um, let's see, this is at 865, 565. So if I burn one of these logs, we're gonna go from 565 to 615 compared to redwood. Much slower burn rate, level 1. This is going to go to 616. Yeah, 4 points. But the U logs, at this point, for me to get this mastery XP up to 95, it's going to be U logs. No question about it. So I've been chopping as much of those as I can. And of course, I'm about to hit 99. And when I hit 99 here, that is going to give me a decreased cut interval by 0.2 seconds. So that's going to be awesome too. And once I hit 99 for this, I think it's a 50% decrease with the skill cape you get. So I want that skill cape in because then I can chop more faster. But it's all about balancing which one you get first. And right now, I think tonight when I go to bed, I'm going to turn this thing over to U logs because there's a few thousand. And then sometime tomorrow, I'll come back to woodcutting again. So it's going to go. Hopefully this, I don't know if this is going to hit 99 before I go to bed or not, but we'll see. And then I'm going to work up the redwood stuff. And of course, any extra XP is going to go into, I can dump that in now and bump it up a little bit. Any extra XP is going to go into all of these other ones. Although once you reach a certain point, once these get high enough level, you can't put points into them without dipping below that 95%. So it is what it is. Over here on the farming side, let's see here. I can harvest everything here. I am now, crops cannot die, 25%. So I don't need to use the compost anymore. I should try this weird gloop out. I don't remember exactly what it does, and I didn't use it on my other playthrough at all. 10% increased crop harvest. That's kind of cool, but this seems really expensive because you have to have 500 rune essence plus 100 compost for, well, I'm sorry. You have to have 2 compost and 10 rune essence for every weird gloop you get. So it seems, I don't want to say expensive, but it seems like it could get expensive. I'm not sure if the bonus of 10% is worth it. I suppose if I was looking for a particular crop or something and I just needed some more, or if I had, like my other account has a ton of rune essence and you can buy this compost pretty cheap. For this character, I don't see it being a good thing. So I'm just going to kind of we were on farming. I'm going to let this go. The cool thing is I can hit plant all and then do, let's see what we'll do here. I guess we'll have to mix it up. So, because I don't have enough seeds to just plant one and I don't feel like spending $5,000 all the time. The plant all in one variety is a great button to have. See, now I can just do tomatoes. I'll do that. Costs a little money, but it saves you from having to click through all this, especially if you have to apply compost to every one of them or the weird gloop. You get a whole bunch of these. It's less time to spend a couple grand, $7-8 to just take care of it. So I've moved this across, and like I said, we're now at this 25% bonus, so that is great. The 95% bonus is really good because you get that 10% crop reduction. I'm just nowhere near it yet. I am only level 75 and I have everything unlocked. Now, you will see I have planted some herbs. Well, of course, you're not going to see it here. I guess I could show you in the bank. There is some garum herb. I actually sat down. Once I got a few of these opened up, I was like, all right, I need to get some garum seeds and dump in there. And you'll notice that I have some combat under my hands now. So what I did is I came over here and punched on some plants for a little while. They give you some potatoes and whatever, no big deal. But then I came up to these Golbans that also give you the garum seed and the bronze shield and battle axe. They give you some other crap too. So I killed enough of them to get level 9 attack and level 12 strength. And I also have the axe and shield on. And I've also got this gold topaz ring, which gives you this. I misread this the way it was written. It says maybe you should keep this item equipped for something else. I interpreted that as maybe you should equip something else because the 15% gold isn't really worth it. And the thing with this is if you have this equipped, there's a chance of getting the Jewel of Ralix, and I think it's called the Crown of Ralix or something like that. There's a headpiece that one of these, one comes from combat and one comes from skills. So as long as you have this ring equipped while you're doing skills or while you're doing combat, you're going to get one of the other pieces. It takes a long time. Like I got them on my other account, but I finally got one here, and I'm waiting on the crown thing to come in, but that's combat related, so it's going to be a while. But I don't remember what bonuses it gives, but it was cool, and I don't really have any other rings or anything right now. I do have these weapons, and I need to get back in and fight these guys because I have all of this available here. Now, I made one mistake because I'm used to playing on my other account. This amulet of looting does not exist on this account. You have to actually go through the spider forest and beat the spider, which is a really tough fight this early on. And this is a hardcore account, so I will just end up dying. So I'm not even going to chance it. But once you get that ring of looting, you don't have to press this loot all button every time. So the fun part is when I did the when I was doing my combat, I kept wondering why I wasn't getting any potatoes and stuff like that. And then it finally dawned on me, I don't have that amulet of looting, and I wasn't hitting that button the whole time. So lesson learned there. And it is kind of getting tough to keep the accounts apart because I'll go into one and they're starting to look the same. So aside from the levels being out there, I if I go farming, the farming looks the same on both sides. And there's been times that I've hit that 2,000 button, spent $2,000 just to get one thing harvested because it was the only thing available. So running multiple accounts has a certain amount of chore to it. But that's pretty much where we're at right now. You can see where I'm at with this. Next week, I hope to have my firemaking up completely in. I want this at 95% for the mastery, and I want this at 99 with the skill cape because that's the first thing I want to get done. After that, I'm not sure. I am totally not sure what I'm going to do. I may work to get woodcutting and fishing at max level, but I may also just start doing the mining, just spend like a day mining and then overnight do one of the woodcutting or fishing, something like that. Kind of split things up a little bit and move forward. I don't really need money right now. I have all my bank slots filled. I don't need mats for anything. If I go into smithing, it's going to be all coming from mining. So I could do get some rune essence, some copper and tin going and get this built up a ways. And then on the smithing side, basically I'll just be looking at converting bars. So bronze bars use both copper and tin. So you're going to have to split these two off and get, equals. And then eventually you have to go nuts on not copper, coal, because coal mixes in with a lot of things later on too. But the rune essence also goes into rune crafting, and it's possible that rune crafting would be good to start with. So I'm not quite sure where I want to take this after these three. Probably mining. And the other thing about mining is I can start working on this pickaxe. Once I get that thing upgraded, I should have plenty of cash, especially if I do some fishing and sell stuff. I'm not quite to... Let's see, I am not to whales yet. So I still have 5 more levels to get to whales. But mana rays sell pretty good. And especially if I could get my cooking up, mana rays sell well that are cooked. I'm not sure. That's going to take a while to get cooking up too. So not quite sure the direction I want to take, but that's kind of where we're at right now. I pointed out this thing here on the Mastery XP. The higher these are, the better you're going to get for that mastery. So keep that in mind. It may be more beneficial to let one of these run a little bit longer, just because you're getting your mastery XP up higher if you're trying to get these boosts quicker. So I wanted to point that out. I think that's why I have so much mastery XP in this trees, because I don't think I had anywhere near this. When I first played this, I kept jumping up to the next highest XP tree. So once I got through normal, I started cutting oaks. Once I got the double, I was doing oaks and willows, and then willows and teaks and maples and mahoganies. I don't think I gave enough chance to get high enough in this mastery part to really show up here in this mastery bar. So what I'm trying to say is you might want to let something lower tier run for a little bit longer, and before you start picking up the higher tier ones, and see if you get more mastery XP quicker. The first time I played it, I was in a real hurry for opening the skill level up to get the higher XP stuff. But in that fight for that finish, I may have been missing out on some of the XP boosts that I was getting from the mastery. That's kind of where I'm trying to get with that. And same thing on fishing. I've spent so much time trying to get this built up. I probably need to spend more time on the lower level stuff and let this XP build up. Say like spend more time at cavefish because they're already level 86, or even this manta ray at 81, because I'm going to have better mastery XP bonuses because those are a higher level. And that might be what I work on next, is get this mastery going. This one, the junk one, would be great, and I'm close to it. The double fish and the special item, yeah, that's cool, but I think this junk one would be huge. Less garbage to sell, better quality stuff you get. And that's where we're at. That's all I've got on this one. So we'll check back in a week and see where things go. I'm probably going to do some more combat. And I don't know when I'm going to work magic or ranged or anything like that. Probably once I get into the smithing. Although I think fletching I could probably start at any point, really, because I've got plenty of... Oh, no, I don't have logs. I got to chop up normal logs. But, I mean, at some point I could start working on this, too. If I wanted to focus more on combat. But anyway, that's where I'm at. That's where things are. So we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.